You are about to learn the single most dangerous and effective psychological weapon in the arsenal of human interaction. It is a tool so potent that it has built empires and destroyed relationships. It is the one thing that the modern man has forgotten how to use. That tool is silence. When a woman disrespects you, or when she pulls away, or when she tests your boundaries, your instinct screams at you to act. You want to fix it. You want to explain yourself. You want to argue. You want to send that long paragraph text message explaining your feelings and asking why she is being cold. You believe that communication is the key to solving everything. You are wrong. In the realm of power dynamics and dark psychology, overcommunication is not a bridge. It is a weakness. It signals insecurity. It signals that you are rattled. It signals that she has control over your emotional state. To regain control, and to make her obsessed with you, you must do the one thing she never expects. You must do the one thing that 99% of men are too afraid to do. You must embrace the void. You must deploy the weapon of absolute silence. This is not about the silent treatment, which is a petty game played by children. This is about strategic withdrawal of attention. This is the silence of the king who does not argue with the jester. This is the silence of the mountain that does not move for the wind. Today we are going to deconstruct the psychological machinery behind why silence makes a woman chase you, and exactly how to use it when you feel like you are losing your grip on a relationship. Let us begin by understanding the psychology of attention. Attention is the currency of the modern world. In the past, resources were the currency. Food, shelter, protection. Today, survival is easy, but validation is scarce. A woman, especially an attractive one, is drowning in attention. She gets it from social media. She gets it from coworkers. She gets it from the men in her direct messages. She gets it from you. When you give her your attention freely, especially when she has not earned it, or worse, when she has disrespected you, you are devaluing your own currency. Inflation hits. Your attention becomes worthless because there is too much of it flooding the market. When she acts cold, and you respond with warmth, you are rewarding bad behavior. This is a basic principle of behavioral psychology called operant conditioning. If a rat presses a lever and gets a shock, it stops pressing the lever. If a rat presses a lever and gets a pellet of food, it keeps pressing. When she disrespects you or ignores you, and you continue to text her, call her, and pursue her, you are giving her the food pellet. You are training her to treat you like an option. You are training her to believe that no matter what she does, you will still be there, waiting like a loyal dog. Now imagine what happens when you remove the food pellet. Imagine what happens when the validation stream suddenly dries up. This creates a vacuum. Human nature abhors a vacuum. The human mind is designed to close loops and find patterns. When you go silent, you break the pattern. You disrupt the loop. This causes a psychological phenomenon known as the anxiety gap. When you are silent, she does not know what you are thinking. She does not know what you are doing. She does not know if you are angry, or if you are busy, or if you have found someone else. In that absence of information, her mind begins to project. She starts to fill in the blanks with her own insecurities. She starts to wonder why you are not chasing her. Are you not interested anymore? Did she go too far? Is there another woman? Suddenly, you are not the man begging for her attention. You are the mystery she needs to solve. You have flipped the script. You have moved from the pursuer to the pursued. But this only works if your silence is genuine and absolute. Let us look at a specific scenario. You are texting a woman you are interested in. The conversation is flowing, and then suddenly, she leaves you on read. Hours go by. Then a full day. Your anxiety starts to spike. You check your phone every 5 minutes. You see she is online on social media, posting stories, but she has not replied to you. The weak man sends a follow-up text. He asks if she is okay. He sends a funny meme to try and restart the conversation. He double texts. He signals that he is sitting around waiting for her. The stoic man, the man who understands dark psychology, does nothing. He puts the phone down. He goes to the gym. He works on his business. He goes out with his friends. He does not post sad songs on his story. He does not try to get her attention indirectly. He simply exists in his own frame. He mirrors her energy. If she gives him 0, he gives her 0. This is the mirror effect. 2 days later, she finally texts you. She says, "Sorry, I was busy." This is the critical moment. Most men are so relieved to hear from her that they reply instantly. They say no problem and jump right back into entertaining her. This is a mistake. You have just taught her that she can ignore you for 2 days and you will still be available the second she snaps her fingers. When she comes back after silence, you must maintain your frame. You do not reply instantly. You wait. You wait a few hours. Maybe you wait until the next day. And when you reply, you do not ask questions. You do not complain. You match her investment level. If she gives a low-effort excuse, you give a low-effort acknowledgement. But silence goes deeper than just texting. It is about how you handle disrespect in person. Imagine you are on a date, or you are with your partner, and she makes a snide comment. She insults you in front of friends. She flirts with another man to make you jealous. The instinct is to explode, to yell, to show emotion. But emotion allows her to classify you. If you get angry, she labels you as insecure and controlling. If you get sad, she labels you as weak and pathetic. But if you offer her silence, she has no label for you. You become terrifying. When she disrespects you, you simply look at her. You hold eye contact. You do not smile. You do not frown. You look at her with total indifference, as if you are observing a child throwing a tantrum. And then you turn your attention away. You speak to someone else. Or you simply leave. This is the power of the walk away. There is no negotiation with disrespect. You do not explain to her why she hurt your feelings. You demonstrate that her behavior has consequences. The consequence is the immediate removal of your presence. This triggers a primal fear of abandonment. Even if she acts tough, deep down, the biological imperative drives women to seek security. A man who can walk away is a man of high value because it implies he has other options. It implies he does not need her to survive. Carl Jung spoke about the shadow self. The shadow contains all the parts of ourselves we deny. Aggression, power, dominance. To use silence effectively, you must integrate your shadow. You must be dangerous. A harmless man who is silent is just shy. A dangerous man, a capable man, who chooses to be silent is powerful. She needs to know that you are capable of leaving her forever. If she senses that you are bluffing, the silence will not work. It will just look like you are pouting. You must internalize this truth. You are the prize. This is not arrogance. It is a necessity for attraction. If you place her on a pedestal, she has no choice but to look down on you. Silence knocks the pedestal over. It brings the interaction back to reality. There is a concept in psychology called intermittent reinforcement. It is what makes gambling addictive. You pull the handle on the slot machine. Most of the time, you get nothing. Sometimes, you get a small win. Rarely, you get a jackpot. Because you do not know when the reward is coming, you keep pulling the handle. When you are always available, always responsive, always loving, you are a slot machine that pays out every single time. There is no thrill. There is no dopamine spike. You become boring. By using silence, you become the variable reward. Sometimes you are warm and affectionate. Sometimes you are distant and cold. Sometimes you reply instantly. Sometimes you do not reply at all. This unpredictability creates an addiction. She begins to crave your validation because she does not know when she is going to get it. She starts checking her phone to see if you have messaged. She starts overthinking her own actions. Did I annoy him? Is he losing interest? This shifts the mental load of the relationship from you to her. Currently, you are likely the one carrying the mental load. You are the one wondering where the relationship is going. You are the one analyzing the texts. Silence forces her to pick up that weight. When you step back, she must step forward, or the connection dies. And if the connection dies because you stop chasing, then it was never alive to begin with. It was just you dragging a dead body. Let us discuss the dark side of this. Some will call this manipulation. They will say it is toxic. They will say you should just communicate openly. And in a healthy relationship with a healthy woman who respects you, honest communication is best. But we are not talking about the ideal world. We are talking about the reality of modern dating dynamics where power games are played whether you want to play them or not. If you refuse to play, you lose. If you are dealing with a woman who is manipulative, narcissistic, or simply testing your strength, open communication will be used against you. Your vulnerability will be weaponized. Your explanations will be dismissed. In these cases, silence is not manipulation. It is self-defense. It is the only shield that works. There is a spiritual dimension to this as well. When you constantly chase, you are operating from a state of lack. You are telling the universe and your own subconscious mind that you are not enough on your own. You are seeking external completion. This radiates a desperate energy that repels people. It repels money. It repels success. When you embrace silence, you enter a state of fullness. You are content within yourself. You do not need her validation to feel good. You enjoy her company, but you do not require it. This is the energy of the emperor. This is the energy of the Stoic sage. Marcus Aurelius wrote about retreating into the fortress of the mind. When the world is chaotic, when people are irrational, you retreat into your inner citadel. You find peace in your own silence. When you project this energy, women are drawn to it like moths to a flame. The feminine energy is chaotic, flowing, emotional like water. It craves the masculine container, the rock, the unmoving presence. If you are also chaotic, emotional, and reactive, there is no polarity. There is no attraction. Your silence provides the structure she craves. It makes her feel safe, even if it frustrates her surface-level ego. Now, how do you practically implement this starting today? Step 1. Stop initiating. For the next 7 days, do not initiate any contact. If she texts you, reply politely but concisely. Do not ask questions that keep the conversation going unnecessarily. Let the conversation die naturally. See if she reaches out to restart it. If she never reaches out, you have your answer. She was never yours. Let her go. Step 2. End the conversation first. Usually, men try to keep the text chain going until she stops replying. Reverse this. When the conversation is at a high point, say got to run, talk later. And put the phone away. Leave her wanting more. Leave her with the dopamine high, not the boredom of a dying conversation. Step 3. Remove the instant gratification. Turn off your notifications. Do not jump when your phone buzzes. Make it a rule that you never reply to a non-emergency text in under 30 minutes. Train yourself to prioritize your life over her messages. Step 4. The silence of the eyes. When you are with her, practice being comfortable with silence. Do not rush to fill every pause with chatter. Look at her. Smile slightly. Let the tension build. Sexual tension thrives in silence. It thrives in the unspoken. If you are constantly babbling, you kill the mood. Step 5. The walk away. This is the nuclear option. If she crosses a hard boundary. If she cheats. If she lies. If she disrespects your family. You do not argue. You do not shout. You simply vanish. You block the number. You delete the photos. You remove your presence entirely. This is the ultimate demonstration of self-respect. It hurts. It is painful. But it sends a message that will echo in her mind for the rest of her life. He respected himself more than he needed me. You must understand that this path requires strength. It is easy to be weak. It is easy to double text. It is easy to beg. It is hard to sit in the silence and face your own anxiety. It is hard to let go of the illusion of control. But the paradox is that by letting go of control, by being willing to lose her, you gain the only control that matters. Control over yourself. When you master silence, you master yourself. And a man who has mastered himself is a man who can conquer the world. Women are just a byproduct of that conquest. They are the observers of your journey, not the destination. Beware of the trap of doing this just to get a reaction. If you are being silent only to manipulate her into liking you, but deep down you are still obsessing, she will feel it. Women are highly intuitive. They can smell the difference between a man who is truly busy and a man who is pretending to be busy while staring at his phone. You must actually become the man who has better things to do. You must transmute that energy. Every time you feel the urge to break your silence and seek her validation, take that energy and put it into your body. Do push-ups until you fail. Read 10 pages of a book. Write in your journal. Use the pain of the silence to sharpen your mind and harden your body. This is sexual transmutation. This is using the drive for connection to fuel your ascent. In conclusion, silence is not emptiness. It is fullness. It is confidence. It is power. It creates the space for desire to grow. It protects your dignity. It forces respect. The next time you feel the urge to explain yourself to someone who does not listen, remember this. The most powerful response is no response. The loudest scream is the one that is never heard. Embrace the silence. Become the void. And watch as the world, and the women in it, start to revolve around you. This is the dark truth about relationships. This is the secret of the chosen ones. Use it wisely. Use it carefully. But never be afraid to use it. Because a king does not beg for an audience. A king speaks, and then he waits. And in that waiting, in that silence, his power is absolute.